The 199 contracts, which are record-breaking for the ministry, were distributed at a simple ceremony held at the Ortachang Conference Center on Tuesday. Some 190 elevated two-bedroom homes are to be built at Cummings Lodge East Coast Demerara, while another 100 flat two-bedroom homes will be constructed at Prospect along the east bank of Demerara. More importantly, 80% of the $13.9 billion will be spent on infrastructure works in several regions across 21 communities. Chief Executive Officer of the Central Housing and Planning Authority assured that all the projects followed the standard tendering process and were void of sole sourcing.
We are also proud to state that all the contracts being signed here today went through a bidding process and were awarded by the Board of Central Housing and Planning or the National Tender Board. All contracts received the requisite approval from Cabinet. There were no sole sourcing.
Also addressing the gathering was the minister within the ministry, Susan Rodriguez. She was the first to put contractors on notice that the contracts must be completed in a timely manner to high standards of quality and with value for money to the taxpayers. Underscoring the historic nature of Tuesday's awards, Rodriguez said the PPPC government has now budgeted monies in excess of what was budgeted for the housing sector over the last 5 years.
It is, simply put, a demonstration that where there is a will, there is a way. And we at the Ministry of Housing and Water and at the level of the government, from the time we took office on August 2nd of 2020, have hit the ground running and have not let up since that time.
Rodriguez was backed up by Senior Housing and Water Minister Colin Crowell, who said that well over 8,000 allottees stand to benefit from these contracts upon completion. He too expressed his expectation of efficiency and maximum quality.
Housing has always been a priority of this PPPC government. In fact, you don't have to look far back. Just look at the last PPPC government. No coincidence for which the housing ministry was then led by our current president, Dr. Irfan Ali, who spearheaded that ministry, and for which in the last 5 years, today's investment represents more than even what they did in the last 5 years for that sector.
Crowell also announced that the ministry is working with the Guyana Water Incorporated to improve the access and quality of water in several villages and communities across the country. Also present at the ceremony and delivering a charge to the contractors was Senior Minister with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashley Singh.
You have an important responsibility to ensure that these contracts are executed on time and in line with specifications. PS, you have an important role to play in that regard. PS and CEO, you have an extremely important role to play in this regard. And so I don't want us only to do this nice ceremony and sign and feel that we have achieved something big when we pay the mobilization advance. Because I can tell you, it is my intention to visit some of these communities.
He recalled the PPPC's massive housing drive and the attention placed on housing prior to 2015. Dr. Singh credits the success of several new communities today to the hard work of then Minister of Housing and Water and now President of Guyana, Dr. Irfan Ali.